India is like a second planet on this planet because it's so different from everything else, but still so diverse within itself. And it's also maybe the biggest social and cultural experiment in human history, which helps you to understand the whole dynamics of human existence. It's a huge source of knowledge and a huge source of stupidity. I think there is no difference between technology and spirituality because both are just means of processing information. There is information you can process via the mind, and there is information you can process via technology. And ideally, you connect both to get the whole picture in the end. But unfortunately, in our current culture, we are probably focusing too much on processing information with technology. Maybe we should rather learn to operate our mind first before operating a smartphone or a computer algorithm. I started drawing and painting when I was a kid and haven't stopped since. Life in general. I don't think that my work will lead to self-fulfillment because no idea has its origin in any person or individual being. We are rather like black boxes that absorb plenty of information, process it, and in the end, the output is a different combination of this information. So this is what we then call an idea or an invention or a creation or something. But it's just a discovery. So I don't take my work too personally. But what I do is I try to improve my work and my skills every time. So the process of learning and discovering may lead to some kind of self-fulfillment. The pandemic did not have any impact on my creative activities or my way of thinking. I'm just curiously watching what's going on in the world, especially in India, as I think this pandemic reveals interesting facts about processes in Indian society that have taken shape in the last decades, like the divide between upper and middle class and the rest of the country. One selection is an excerpt from a typographic project I'm currently working on, in which I try to figure out how writing systems could work in a completely different way from how they actually work. So it's about breaking with cultural habits and patterns. The second selection is also from a typographic project. It's an attempt to create a universal Indian script suitable for all or for the most Indo-Aryan and Dravidian languages. And the special thing is that it is easy to learn because it is based on only a few logical rules. And the third selection is mainly curated and deals with how designers from the Indian diaspora and contemporary designers from India both seem to use cliches or stereotypes to make their designs appear Indian. If you conceptualize a thing like India or Indian or Indian culture, stereotypes will automatically occur because you need a framework or a cage you put the concept India in to freeze it and to prevent it from changing. So it can stay India as you have defined it and it can be recognized as India. And this is something I think quite Western, but it has been adopted by the educated class of India, leading to unpleasant phenomena like Hindu fascism. I would just like people to realize that our culture, our way of life and our way of thinking is not something that is determined by scientific or natural laws, but that is just a story made up by humans that can be changed by humans. The patterns of our thinking and of our behavior can be changed by us. So if we want to save the planet from global warming, wars, poverty and so on, we'll have to change our way of thinking and our culture basically to write a new story about life.